The thing that pisses me off about Philly the most, bro, honestly, is like they have two Super Bowls since I've been playing it. And I'm like, dude, we've had teams that are as good, if not that's what bugs me about it. It's like they found a way to put it together and win a couple Super Bowls, and we've shit.
What's Dak's excuse then? What's Dak's excuse? He's had good football.
He ain't had a San Francisco or Eagles team. No, bro. No. You cannot compare any team that the Cowboys had during the 20s here that had an offensive line as good as San Francisco. No, bro. No. You can't look and say, Debo, no. You're on crack. No. With George Kittle, Ayuk, and Debo back when Debo was good, and Christian McCaffrey, you did not have that, bro. Did not have that. You're full of no. I'm not giving you that, Philly. You're full of shit. You are full of shit. And the Cowboys don't have anything near what the Eagles have had with Jalen Hurts.
Yo, it's JB the Cowboy fan, and yes, sir, I'm back with another one. Yes, sir. Shout out to my subscribers. Yes, sir, I appreciate y'all. Shout out to my new subscribers. Yes, sir, I appreciate y'all. I'm almost at that goal. Yes, sir. I think we're going to get there. I appreciate y'all for supporting me. Yes, sir. But I'm going to get right into this video right now. This is another Dak fanboy Slurpee Chronicle, bro. And it was with, I don't know if y'all know, I know y'all know Mark Holmes. You know what I'm saying? But he was on Jacob Sports. And him and Philly 500 was going at it. But this ain't nothing new between them two. They got a history of battling back and forth. You know what I'm saying? But my point about the video is how much excuses Mark Holmes was making for Dak Prescott. And it seemed to be, like, I ain't taking no shots at Mark Holmes. I'm subscribed to his channel. I subscribed to his channel before I even created the channel. I think he's a good dude, you know what I'm saying? But to me, it's about the delusion and why many people from other teams and, you know, the four-letter networks and all them motherfuckers call us, like Stephen A. Smith, call us delusional. And there's a lot of, Mark Holmes ain't the only content creator that's delusional, that makes excuses for Dak Prescott when he doesn't perform. Mark Holmes ain't the only one. But boy, he was slurping so hard in this one. Philly 500 was killing him. All Mark Holmes could do was make excuses. Never held Dak Prescott accountable. But that seemed to be a recurring story with these Dak fanboy Slurpees. They'll blame the defense. They'll blame the run game. They'll blame the coaches. They'll blame penalties. They'll blame injuries. But they never give no accountability to Dak Prescott. So let's get right into this video, man. I'm gonna, we're gonna let them chop it up. Then I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get my reactions to what they say. But Philly 500 was killing him. But it's mostly like, I mean, it's obvious to people who can see and compare the teams who Philly had. Y'all seen in my intro what Zach Martin said? I mean, even in my last video, what was my last video I made with Bryce Butler? Even in that video I made with Bryce Butler, he even said we had even some of the same or better teams to Philly, and basically we still didn't get it done. So let's get right into this video.
By the way, these guys killed Goldberg. Bill Goldberg, these guys killed. Without further ado, the #1 content creator for Dallas Cowboys propaganda, and the man, the myth, and the legend, who will make a video. And I'm shocked he wasn't invited to Dak Prescott's wedding. Without further ado, my friend, who we love, Mark Holmes, and bringing in for the Philadelphia Eagles, the champ, Philly 500. Here we are.
What happened?
Why do I do this to myself on a weekly basis? I go into the belly of the beast. Hey, we're coming around the corner too, man. September 4th is rolling.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 50 days away.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so before I do it, Philly got a little bit, like all Eagle fans do, they get in their diapers a little bit when I asked this question yesterday. And I'm going to fucking do this to you first, Mark, and then I'm going to ask him the same question, okay? What's your opinion of Brock Purdy? Bus driver? A bus driver. He's a good quarterback on a team that was loaded. Now, if 49er fans are going to get the pin.
So what do you call Dak then? Because he's been on teams that's been loaded and still hadn't been farther than Brock Purdy. Matter of fact, Brock Purdy is 3-0 versus Dak. And Dak has had some of the same or better teams right there with the 49ers. Dak could he beat Garoppolo.
And he's in a bunch of stuff. But last year, if you were a lead quarterback, and if that's they always say, you end up elevating the team. Well, he lost Brandon Ayuk and Christian McCaffrey, and what happened to him? Okay. What happened to him? 20 TDs, 12 interceptions on the season. Okay? All right. So what do you make of Jimmy Garoppolo? Above average? Good? What do you make of him? Again,
hold on. Dak couldn't even beat Garoppolo in the playoffs. This is what I'm saying about the delusion of some of our Cowboy fans and these content creators. I mean, god damn. Garoppolo beat Dak Prescott. I mean, how could you? Let's continue.
Manager who had a great team around him. Okay. So, kind of like Trent Dilfer. Okay, so let me ask you this. So you're saying an average quarterback, a game manager, and a bus driver can help a team get to a Super Bowl, correct? If you have a good team, yes. Okay, because those are the facts. That's what happened, correct? Yes. It's a team sport. Okay, so you don't have to have an elite quarterback to get to a Super Bowl.
Look at Philly. Look at Philly 500.
Around them. No, you're a cog in the machine. Well, those are facts. You're not the only one. That's what happened. The 49er teams got do we look at the
And just to say this, I'm subscribed to Philly 500 channel. I was subscribed to Philly 500 channel a few years ago. I just respect his honesty. You know what I'm saying? And just being subscribed to his channel over the years, I've seen and noticed him and Mark Holmes going back and forth. Mark Holmes will make videos about him. Philly 500 will make videos about Mark Holmes. So I respect his honesty about the game, because in the past I seen him make a video and was like, he was kind of backing Dak Prescott at one point. I mean, not really backing him, but like just giving him the credit to show. But at the same time, he was like, he still can't get it done. I'm just saying, he ain't just been like, Dak is just horrible and all that. He was giving his honest assessment of Dak Prescott, and over the time, it's been coming to fruition what a lot of people are saying and starting to say now about Dak. But yeah, I like Philly 500. He a good content creator for the Eagles.
Can we look at the Baltimore Ravens? Did you look at the Baltimore Ravens with that defense and say that it was the quarterback that won the Super Bowls? Do you look at the '85 Bears and say it was Jim McMahon that won those Super Bowls? Look, by the way,
I think Purdy's actually pretty decent. I don't think he stinks.
I didn't say he stank.
I think he's okay. Now, Billy, I'm going to ask you a question. What's your take on Brock Purdy? What kind of quarterback do you think he is?
I think he's above average. I think he's got stuff to prove, but I think he's above average.
So, above average football player, an above average quarterback, helped his football team get to the fifth quarter of the Super Bowl. Okay?
Of course.
You don't have to have an elite quarterback to get to a Super Bowl.
No, to get to a Super Bowl, not necessarily. However,
not necessarily.
What's Dak's excuse then? What's Dak's excuse? He can't go football.
He ain't had a San Francisco or Eagles team, bro. No, bro. No.
There go them excuses. There goes those excuses. There goes those excuses for Dak Prescott. He ain't had this. He ain't had that. We're gonna prove that shit wrong, which I've already have, but we're gonna do it specifically for this video. So let's get into these rosters. And I'm specifically going to look at 2021 with with the Eagles, the Cowboys, and San Francisco. Since Mark Holmes think, the Cowboys ain't never had nothing around that, but we know in 2016 he had a squad. 2017 he had a squad, but Zeke got suspended for 6 games. And so that told you right there who was carrying the team for 2016, 2017, shit, down to 2018. 2018, Dak, he actually was down with receiver by committee. He endorsed it. But then when he couldn't do nothing, we had to go give up a number 1 and get Amari Cooper in 2018. 2019, he had damn near 3,000. He had damn near 3 receivers with 1,000 yards, with Zeke going over 1,000 yards. And in 2019, he lost to Philadelphia in the play into the playoffs and win or go home. So he's had weapons around him pretty much his whole career. If Mark Holmes and all these other Dak fanboy Slurpees to say he had no weapons, that's bullshit. It's just more excuses. It's just more excuses. Well, we can look at the 2021 team for the Cowboys. We can see the numbers with Dak Prescott. Zeke went over 1,000 yards. Shit, was that when he had an injury or something? But still, he had weapons. He had Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, and Blake Jarwin. He had pedestrian numbers, but that Dalton Schultz went over 808 yards and 8 TDs. He had Cedric Wilson, Noah Brown, Michael Gallup, Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard. Offensive line, Tyron Smith made the Pro Bowl. Tyler Biadasz, Zach Martin made All-Pro Bowl. Let's look at Philly roster in 2021. 2021 is the season when Jalen Hurts, his first full season of playing, he went to the playoffs. Had a rookie Devonta Smith, a rookie left guard with Landon Dickerson. He only had one All-Pro with Jason Kelsey at center. And he made it to the playoffs with Miles Sanders with 754 yards. Jalen Reagor, 299 yards. Devonta Smith, 916 yards. 5 TDs. Quez Watkins. Dallas Goedert, he had just the same amount of yards as Dalton Schultz. 2021 San Francisco team. They went 10-7. Jimmy Garoppolo. Look at his numbers. And then I think that's when Brock Purdy came in for like 4 or 5 games. But shit, Elijah Mitchell was a rookie. 963 yards, 5 TDs. Juice check. He made the Pro Bowl with 8 rushes with 22 yards. Yeah, Brandon Ayuk, 826. Debo Samuels had 1405. And he had 365 yards rushing. So Debo Samuels was a weapon. George Kittle had 910. Well, CD Lamb had almost 1,200 yards. Dalton Schultz had 808 yards. He had Trent Williams, All-Pro, Pro Bowl. Laken Tomlinson, Alex Mack. I mean, so they had Pro Bowlers. We had Pro Bowlers on offensive line, All Pros, and the Eagles. But they only had one with the center, with Jason Kelce. Let's look at the 2022 season. I'm going through all just bringing them all up to the 22 season. Philadelphia 20. This is when they went to their first Super Bowl since 2017. That was a squad. They balled out that season. Yeah, they balled out that season. Jalen Hurts balled out 3,700 yards passing, 760 yards rushing. Had 22 TDs passing, 13 TDs rushing. Miles Sanders, yeah, they had some Pro Bowl. AJ Brown, 1,200, 1,400 yards, and almost 1,500 yards. Devonta Smith. Watch out. Devonta Smith, 1,200 yards. Dallas Goedert, 702 yards. Landon Dickerson, Pro Bowl. Jason Kelce, All-Pro, Pro Bowl. Lane Johnson, yeah. But Dak had that. Dallas, they went 12-5. Hold on, where did Philly go? Philly went 14-3 that season. That's the year they went to the Super Bowl. We went 12-5. Let's see, this shit. I don't know. I just click one of my windows. I just give me a message that I got too many windows open or something. But Dak Prescott, he got hurt. So that was his that season he went. What he played 12 games or something like that. He missed 5 games. Yeah. That's when Cooper Rush came in. Zeke, that 2022 season. So he had Zeke, he had Noah Brown, he had Tony Pollard, Michael Gallup, CD Lamb went for over 1,400 yards. Dalton Schultz, 577. Pro Bowl, All-Pro Tyler Viades, Zach Martin on offense. Look at the Niners 2022 season with their roster. Jimmy Garoppolo. Yeah, this the season when this the year when Brock Purdy came in. After Garoppolo played 10 games. Yep. Christian McCaffrey, he played 10 games, so he got hurt too. So he had 746 yards, 6 TDs. Now y'all go back and look at these numbers in these rosters. When these Dak fanboys slurps be talking about Dak Prescott ain't had no team. George Kittle. So he only had that 22 49ers team. They only had one Pro Bowl, All Pro Bowl on the offensive line. They had a rookie at right guard. So what are you talking about? They ain't had an offensive line. Dak had a better offensive line in 2022 than San Francisco. And I specifically want to go look at the Cowboys 2019 team. And then Philadelphia 2019 team. That's the year when Dak had all that shit and went 8-8. But you see what Carson Wentz did. He threw over for 4,000 yards, 27 TDs, had 62 rushes for 243 yards and a touchdown. Miles Sanders had 818. Nelson Aguilar had 363 yards. Alshon Jeffrey, Zach Ertz, his tight end had 9. His tight end had more than his receivers. And Dallas Goedert. That's who was balling for him. Yeah, Jason Kelsey, Brandon Brooks, All-Pro, Pro Bowl, Lane Johnson. This is 2019 for the Eagles. Let's do 2019 for the Cowboys. 8-8. Let me see where they went. In 2019, they went 9-7. Yeah, we went 8-8. That was the game. You play in to win to the playoffs. Whoever lose, go home. And look who Dak had. He went over almost 5,000 yards, 30 TDs, 11 INTs. Ezekiel Elliott had 1,357 yards. Amari Cooper, 1,189 yards. Michael Gallup, 1,107 yards. Blake Jarwin, 365. Jason Witten, 529. They all scoring touchdowns. Ezekiel Elliott had 12 touchdowns. Oh, I ain't gonna let you forget about Randall Cobb. Yeah, because Randall Cobb that season he went over 800. Let me see where his numbers at. 2019. Yeah, he had over 828 yards, 3 touchdowns. He would have had more yards and touchdowns, but a lot of his shit was called back on penalties. So we damn near had 3,000-yard receivers in 2019 and still went 8-8 and got knocked out of the playoffs with this guy, Dak Prescott. Huh? So you miss me with that. Dak Prescott didn't have this, and he didn't have as much as the Niners. He didn't have much as the Eagles. That's bullshit. He's had Pro Bowlers on offense. He's had offensive line and weapons. Cowboys had a top 10 defense and turnovers for 2 of the 3 years. 2 of the 3 years Dan Quinn was there. We was number 1 in turnovers. We was top 10 in sacks. Miss me with that shit. Huh? Yeah.
Any team that the Cowboys had during the 20s that had an offensive line as good as San Francisco. No, bro. No. You can't look and say, Debo. No. You're on crack. No. With George Kittle, Ayuk, and Debo back when Debo was good, and Christian McCaffrey, he did not have that, bro. Did not have that. You're full of... No. I'm not giving you that, Philly. You're full of shit. You are full of shit. And the Cowboys don't have anything near what the Eagles have had with Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. When you had what San Francisco had. And you bro.
And you give them the bro. Okay, let me ask you this. Hold on. Here's the real question, Philly. How many players in the last 5 years would you say you would take over anybody on the Eagles on the Cowboys roster?
I would never take anybody. I don't care if they're a Hall of Famer on the Cowboys. They ain't coming to the Eagles. We don't want your trash ass shit. That doesn't mean they want good players. Okay. So this is about Dak. Not Jalen. You can't put Dak Prescott in the same
CeeDee Lamb, Noah Brown,
is not allowed to be compared to Dak. Come on. Because Jalen Hurts is so far above you. You want to talk about that,
bro? You know what?
Man, 2021, the Cowboys had Dalton Schultz, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, Noah Brown, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Pollard. Michael Pollard. I get Michael Gallup, but Tony Pollard, Ezekiel Elliott. I mean, what else did Dak need on that 2021 team? I'm just gonna start with 2021 right there. We can just go right there because I think I heard Mark Holmes say in the 2020s, Meaning he was talking about 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. But those weren't enough weapons for Dak Prescott in 2021. Oh, I forgot. He had Cedric Wilson too. So he had Cedric Wilson, Noah Brown, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, Dalton Schultz, Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard. Oh my God. Then in 2021, so you want to talk about defense, I think that was the year we led the league in turnovers. We was top 7 in sacks. Let's continue.
Here's the reality is you realize that Jalen Hurts isn't as great as you guys pump him up, and you guys always get butthurt anytime somebody says that he's not Joe Montana.
You guys have to move the goalposts.
Come on, man.
We had Randall Cunningham. Oh, he don't win playoff games. When we had Donovan McNabb. Oh, he don't win playoff games. Carson Wentz. Let's see about the playoffs. Then you get Jalen Hurts and he does it, and you guys want to say, "Oh, it doesn't matter that much."
And I will say, your teams are much better that you have right now than what you have with those guys.
Wait here, Mark. Let me ask you this question, Philly. Would you rather have Patrick Mahomes or the roster you have in Philly?
Do I rather have Patrick Mahomes 3 Super Bowls?
What kind of question is that?
You get Patrick Mahomes and you have to have.
I get his 3 Super Bowls.
No. Right now. Right now, let me ask you. You would right now. Would you trade
a whole team for one player?
No. I'm hypothetical with you here. Would you rather have the Philadelphia Eagle roster right?
I think he's trying to make a point to having an elite quarterback versus a game manager. And would you rather build a team around a game manager or have an elite quarterback that can carry a team? I think that's the question he's trying to ask. Let's see. I think that's what it is.
Now, or would you rather have? No. Would you rather have Mahomes?
Well, who's clocking for Mahomes?
No. I don't know.
What's the average team?
Well,
would you rather let me put it this way then. Would you rather have the 5 elite or the 4 elite quarterbacks that everybody puts ahead of your guy? Or would you rather have your roster right now?
Yeah, I think that's what he's trying to say. He's trying to say, would you rather have the elite quarterback and have that elite quarterback uplift the team with like above average players or average players to above average players? Or would you want to have elite players around a game manager quarterback? I think that's what he's trying to ask him.
My quarterback?
No. You would give your quarterback.
I don't see how that's like saying, hey, start with your iPhone and watch Microsoft show up on.
Why don't you want to say? My point to you is, I'd rather have a roster than an elite quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, a good roster.
That's what he's saying.
Because we just said it. You don't have to have an elite quarterback to win it.
So, and my question back to it is, what's Dak's excuse then?
He has never had a roster that is stacked like what you guys have, offense and defensively. Come on, bro.
See, there you go. Philly laughing, and then Cilio, he look at his facial expression. He like, come on, Mark. Are you kidding me? The Cowboys didn't have a roster to do it for Dak Prescott. Look how he looking. And Philly just laughing at him. Because what he's saying, bro. Oh, man, it just seems like Mark Holmes is the king of the Slurpees. Ooh, we got some, how M. Breezy said, honey pack boys. Ooh, we got some honey pack Slurpee Cowboy fans, bro. It's slurping. Oh my goodness. Every excuse in the book for Dak Prescott, they will spit it out their mouths. All of them. Wow.
Bro, Come on, bro.
You
We've only had no.
Look at
And the whole time
look at Dan. Look at Dan. You know when he put his head down like, come on, Mark. Are you kidding me? The Cowboys have had weapons around Dak Prescott. Come on, man. Stop the bullshit. Stop the slurping, Mark Holmes.
Prescott has been here. He's had only 2 tight ends to get over 800 yards. 2 seasons.
2019 Dallas, number 1 ranked offense. What happened in 2019?
Overachieving.
This is a team.
And what was their defense?
Overachieving.
And what was their defense, buddy?
You be a bad team
What
with
was
straight
their
years of 12 wins,
defense?
and then you choke in the playoffs. Your
Overachieving.
quarterback's a choker. He's a choker.
Let me ask one thing.
Overachieving.
Mark, why do you defend? Bro, why do you defend? Why do you defend Dak Prescott so much?
Okay, let's put it this way. Okay, let me explain it, because everybody goes through and they'll say, well, Dak Prescott was sucking last year to start the season, so him getting hurt didn't make a difference. Okay, I can agree that Dak was not great, but you had the worst separation of wide receivers. Your number 1 wide receiver wasn't even in camp because your owner was jacking off and not getting the contract done. Your number 2 wide receiver had a knee infection. You had 2 rookies starting the offensive line, and Tyler let everybody go to the inside, or he got a holding penalty. Your running game, you literally averaged 70 yards or less a game the first games of the season. And you had a defense that could not force a punt in 2 games. And the only thing anybody talks about is the quarterback.
So wait, according to Philly here, and wait, for you, your problem is you think the Cowboys as an organization have failed Dak.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
And have wasted 10
Are
years.
you kidding me?
They wasted Tony Romo, and they're doing the same thing with Dak.
That's not what you said about Romo before.
Bullshit. I defended
You
Romo.
like Dak more than Romo because you thought Romo was a choker.
No. I was ready to move on from Tony Romo because 3 things would happen every time he went back in the pocket. He'd do a great play, it would be a Tony Ono, or he'd get hurt for the season.
Shit, that sounds just like Dak Prescott. What the fuck are you saying, Mark? And Dak has had more weapons around him than Tony Romo had. Tony Romo, unlike Dak, uplifted the players around him to the best of his ability. He did it more than Dak Prescott has. Because Dak has had a better roster than Tony Romo has. He's had better defenses.
Okay, let me ask you this, Philly. Let's go down the rock. Let's do this here. I got a question for you. Hey, what's your big? Here, let me expand it though. What's your biggest problem with Dak?
Me personally?
Yeah.
My problem isn't actually with Dak as much as it's the Dallas Cowboys fans that do not hold him to the same standards that we're expected to hold every other quarterback to.
Facts.
That's my issue. It's always not
excuse.
Dak's fault. They're 1 seed. They lose. He stinks. It's not his fault. 2 seed. Not his fault. I mean, here's a team that has won 12 games 3 straight years in a row. Every time they go to the playoffs, they lose to a team that's worse at home. Why do they not hold him? Why do they not hold him accountable? And then when Jalen Hurts plays his first playoff game versus Tampa, what do I hear from Cowboys fans? Oh, you can't win in the playoffs. What about your guy? I hear about all these other quarterbacks from Cowboys fans, but they don't hold their guys to the standard. I've got an issue with that.
Mark, I'll tell you one thing that he just brought up in a great topic. I used to think Dak Prescott was the most criticized quarterback in the NFL. I'm starting to think it's Hurts now. This guy just won the MVP award, and you got people all over the place that are calling him going for the ride with that football team. I mean, this guy just won a.
But one thing you got to know here, and I made a video about this with I know there's a lot of heat on Cam Newton right now about what he was saying about Jalen Hurts, but the part of the video I made about with Cam Newton was saying about Dak Prescott, it was about the window being closed and about what he was saying about Tom Brady being an elite game. What did he say? He said not an elite game manager, but an elite game, being elite at game situations. Slash game manager, but in critical situations of the game. But see, if you're going to be a game manager, you can't make mistakes. And see, that's the part of the video I was playing what Cam Newton was saying about Tom Brady when he's caught, in that game manager, setting or whatever. But if you're gonna be elite, top 5, second team All Pro, run up the MVP, then you and a lot of points in the game, you're gonna have to carry a team, whether it's injuries, penalties, whatever. If you top 5 elite, but if you're a game manager, you can't make mistakes. You can't have turnovers. And that's the thing Dak will still do. Whether he's top 5 elite, as they want to call him, he makes too many turnovers. Whether if you want to call him a game manager, he fucks up being a game manager because he creates too many turnovers for him as the quarterback in that position, whether it's picks or fumbles at critical situations of the game. But see, Cam Newton was saying Tom Brady was elite at game situations. And see, that's what I was putting in my video when I made that video about what Cam Newton was saying, that Dak window is gone. But a lot of people was trying to equate what I was saying to Joe Milton taking over or the Joneses in the organization was going to be looking for Arch Manning. I said nothing about that in that video I made about what Cam Newton was saying. But it's to the point where they're saying now about being a game manager or being an elite quarterback. And Dak is neither one. He's neither one. Nope. And you can tell by the play on the field. Even in this last season. And all I keep hearing is Dak is healthy, we're a playoff team. If Dak is healthy, we're a playoff team. Last season, he was healthy before the 8th game of the season. And we were not a playoff team. Matter of fact, he would have led the league in interceptions and turnovers. He had 8 picks and 4 fumbles in 8 games. So every other game he will have a fumble. Every game he will have a pick. But he's top 5 elite, second team All Pro, run up the MVP. Yo, y'all get me in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about the video. Boy, these Dak fans, Slurpees, they'll go to no end to protect him. Mark Holmes ain't the only Slurpee. It's a gang of them. They call themselves the DC Universe. Yo, this is JB the Cowboy fan. I appreciate y'all for listening to me. Like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go, Cowboys.
I'm glad. I will tell you this. If there's a human breathing that I've ever met that I'm proud that took advantage of me financially, I'm proud it's the one sitting to the right. And Dak.
More people get to look at our brand and get to look at us, which at the end of the day benefits all of us. So my job is just play on the field and ignore all the rest of the noise.
Speaking of